Hello, Emma. I'm gonna make you oh my lord. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna make you a video about the Jackson family reunion. So sad for us that day. You know, I flew out there. I flew out over there and I was like, hey, what's going on, everybody? Mama was there, Catherine, Mama. She took me in when she was only 15 years old. She was 15 years old when she took me in. 4 years later, she got married to Joe when I was 4. They both took me in. They're family. So they all took me in, and then when I was 10, when I was 10, we went to New York, and I was in Jamaica, Queens, and I don't know why, but one of the gangs, I'm not at liberty to say, y'all know that, one of the gangs took me, like, kind of kidnapped, but they took me in, sort of thing. I don't know. I think they wanted a child. But I learned a lot about gangs. They do commit crimes and do bad things, but they're not all bad people. There are some people there, they just go there because they need a male role model in their life. Like a daddy, a brother, a granddaddy, an uncle. But I believe that because I was in that gang for 3 years, it shaped me to be who I am today. 66 years old. And it all rooted from when I was only 10. But I was part of a mob. But one day when we did something in the South Bronx, I ran in to the Gambino crime family. And I was very intrigued how they ran their operations. And I was hoping maybe they could take me in. I kind of kicked along, forced myself on them. I made a lot of new friends. As a child, I was a talker. Talk everybody up. Butter them up. Butter them up, put them on a biscuit with marmalade, and eat it. Kind of kid, whatever. And then, I went back when I was 12. Latoya was born in Gary, Indiana. And then we parted our own ways later. I was 12 at the time. I left in 1960. I was 15. I left to Detroit. Got a job at Motown Records. I started off as a doorman. Then, the next week I did valet parking. The week after that I got lucky. And there was a secretary running late. I filled in for her. President of Motown saw that, fired the other girl, gave me her job. Slowly climbed my way up the ladder. The next 3 months, I had gotten a job as an intern in public affairs. They saw I had a gift for it. I'm only 15, but I got that job. And then, worked my way up and up that ladder. 7 years I had worked there. I had become a publicist, working with them on contract. But then I decided it was time for me to pursue my own career. 1964. It had been 4 years I've been working there. Sorry, I said 7 before. I meant 4. 4 years I worked there. I went to get my education at the military academy in West Point. Did that stuff. From there, I went to Vietnam, 67. In October, came back. Got married to my first wife. In January, we had gotten divorced. Very short marriage. Anyways, it was I still was working with Motown, but at that time, I had to kind of work long distance, so I was getting very minor, few jobs. Most of the stuff I wasn't really in it, because I was living in LA, in Palo Alto, California at the time. Excuse me, Diet Coke does that. I got my medical degree, blah 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 happened. When Motown opened their office in LA, I hated it. Met back up with the Jacksons. Got to know them more. I hadn't seen a lot of them before because it had been a long time. This is when me and Michael really bonded. Me and Janet really bonded. Anyways, it was just such a strong connection. Strong connection. Years had passed. We had been together for holidays. We had, met up with each other every now and then. something happened here. He was at my wedding as one of the best men, as one of the groomsmen. When I found out he had died, you don't know what happened to me. You don't know what happens to a man when his brother is no longer there. 2009, June 25th, I remember I was sitting on a cruise. It had been a little, me and Beyonce had gotten divorced in 2008. We got divorced in 2008, and I was still not feeling it. I did quickly get remarried to, Meredith, but I still wasn't feeling it. So one day I felt like, I need to get it together. So me and Star Jones, we went on our cruise. I remember June 25th, I was on that cruise, and I got a call. From Latoya, and she was like, I'm at the hospital, Michael just died. I was like, what? You don't know what happened. The phone fell from my hand. I was like, ooh, somebody give me a seat. I was like, oh, Lord, help me, Lord. I was like, oh, good Jesus. And Star was like, is everything okay? I was like, oh, no, Star. Everything is not okay. You need to get me back home. The cruise, there was 2 more days before we could land in Mexico. From there, I could do whatever. I could get my stuff and leave that cruise. But until we got somewhere safe, there was nothing I could do. You don't know what it's like to have someone that close to you die. And now you can't even go be with your family and mourn. This is when my alcohol problem kicked in. I was drinking every day on that cruise till I could get home. When we landed a few days later, I got on the first flight to the nearest airport I could find. And oh God, they didn't have a direct flight to LA. I had to land in Atlanta first. So, I called Nene Leaks, who's my friend. I called Sheree Whitfield, who my friend. Called Candy, who my friend. Called Phaedra. I mean, she wasn't one of the housewives then, but, she was still my friend. We all sitting, they tried to console me. It was a bad time, dark place. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like. I don't think I can do this anymore. Please stop this video recording, Ellen. I can't take it anymore.